Partnerami podcastu są Double Miss Academy, organizator zawodów IPSC, Strzelnica Playground Gdynia, Twoja strzelnica w Trójmieście, Garda Arms Gdynia, sklep z bronią i amunicją.
Guys, welcome to the Black Coach. We have two girls on casting.
BBC.
Yeah.
Welcome to our BBC show.
Okay, guys. Welcome to the next episode of Faster and More Accurate, again in English for the third time. Basically, this podcast is usually held in Polish because this is a Polish podcast on IPSC and dynamic shooting. But since we have a special guest today, we are forced to make it in English. And by the way, we have two guests, but one of them is Polish. So today's guests, huge personas and great shooters. One is well known as a triple world champion in standard division. Welcome, Kahlil Viray.
Hi guys. Thank you for having me here.
Hi. And the second, but not least, is a guy who already had a conversation with me on the podcast before, the junior world champion in production optics, Piotr Posio Sienkiewicz.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Posio.
Hi.
Okay, guys, before we start, I would like to share my special thanks for hosting us here at the You Got to Be Strong gym. You can see the logotype down there. We were supposed to make this video just directly after the match, outdoor level 3 match in Rybieńcu in North Poland. But even though the weather was quite shiny and it was nice today, but the temperature was actually super cold. We had even some -degree in the very beginning. So we were forced to move it here. And thank you for having us here, Maciek. So, guys, as mentioned, we are freshly after the outdoor match, level 3. I do not have to remind to the listeners that the partner of the podcast is Double Miss Academy, so the organizer of the match. So it is obvious that I need to ask you about how you found the match. How was it? Did you enjoy it? So Kahlil, you are the guest from the different country. I would like you to be the first. Please share your opinion about the match.
Yeah, so it's actually my first time shooting white targets with red no-shoot, so it's pretty unusual for me, but I enjoyed the match. The stages are pretty straightforward, but most of them you have like different briefings that you can do. Mm-hmm. So I really had fun thinking about what to do in the stages.
How many stages there was?
14 stages, right?
14, yeah. Yes. And what do you say about how long was the shooting? Because we shot 5 hours.
5 hours, yeah. I like how we shot with a very small squad, 6 shooters, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Not a lot of waiting time, no traffic.
Yeah, it was smooth.
It was smooth, and I think it's the way to go.
Yeah. You should listen all the other organizers of the Polish IPSC matches. Not all of them, but some of them should listen. It is a good way of staying in the competition, right?
Yeah, like what we did in the Europeans.
Yes.
2023 in Greece, right?
Yes, in Corinth.
We had 4 shifts.
Yeah, 4 shifts and 6, maybe 7
six
people in the squad, and it was quite smooth, right?
Yep.
That's correct. So it was 5 days of shooting with 1 day of pause, right?
Yep.
But today we have only 1 day because it's just a level 3 match, but still 14 stages, quite much, quite many. And what would you say about the range?
The range is pretty nice because we have like side berms. In the Philippines, we have a lot of ranges with cement on the side, so you don't get to shoot wide transitions. But I like how the range has those side berms, so we get to shoot wide transitions, exiting on targets.
While we are talking right now, I will probably put some of the stages you shot and Posio today. so the listeners will have an opportunity to see them as well.
Okay.
But do you have any favorite stage maybe from this 14? Or maybe the worst one you hated most? Or
So the best one for me would be the long course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the stage where I got to push him and tell him that he was
He
shooting
did
like a
so.
production shooter. Yeah, the worst one was for me was the popper that didn't fall, and I had to come back and shoot it.
yeah,
I was so
Yeah.
annoyed because of I saw you going
Yeah, yeah.
straight. I was no fucking come back. Come back.
Yeah, and I had a pretty good stage plan.
Yeah.
I didn't get to execute it because of that popper. And I shot the activation zone,
yeah,
but on the side.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So, but shit happens.
yeah. It does.
I shot one popper as well, and I heard the sound, but it didn't fall. So the last 12 stage was it? Yeah, it was quite good one, and one miss ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Posio, how about you?
Well, the outdoor match is match that I always look forward to. Like at the beginning of all year, the match always begins like we have my starting routine actually at the beginning of the season is Battery Cup, then outdoor match, and all the years actually I'm looking mostly forward to outdoor match because the stages are pretty cool. They are very fluent. Mostly you have to be very fluent. You can stop at the stage. You basically start moving and you stop moving when you're ending your shooting part. So that's a pretty cool thing. Also, the thing I love about outdoor match is that we are shooting to white targets with red PTs. That's something I like very much because it's easier to call any mistakes on these targets for me actually. And yeah, mostly the main thing about the outdoor match is that the organization here is very fluent also. So you shoot very nice high hit factor stages, which is so fun. And basically you don't have to wait too much because you have 2 shifts to do like shoot 14 stages. That's quite a lot for one day. And it's very demanding for the hosts to like organize it perfectly.
Yeah. When you mentioned high factor stages, you had some 10s, right, during this match?
Yeah.
So it is maybe not in USPSA you would say it's a low hit factor, but in Europe it is a very high hit factor,
It is
right?
actually, yeah.
Yeah. What would you say about the weekend stage?
Well, the weekend stage,
I beat him there.
you beat me there in production gun, yeah, but I was trying to find my dot, okay? So, like, I'm getting used to finding dot in open gun because it's
we
a
will
little
go
bit higher.
to that one. Yeah. But yeah, of
So
course.
I kind of struggle a little bit with it yet, but I'll figure it out. Probably I have to dry fire more with it. But always the weekend, it's not demanding for me to shoot it while I catch the red dot, but it's harder for me to find the dot while drawing the gun or entering other position. So that's the most challenge here.
I'm smiling because I had exactly the same problem with finding the dot. It was like,
He doesn't have dots, so he don't have this problem.
That's what happens when you don't dry fire your weekend.
when you are not doing the morning routine.
Try what?
Yes. And by the way, you mentioned about white and red targets. This is something that is, at least what I've heard, not typical or only typical for Poland or maybe our region of Europe.
Well, it's the most popular in Poland, yes, but sometimes in Czech Republic or Slovakia it also happens.
Yeah.
But it's not so common.
Like
Yeah.
a hot shot.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because Kahlil was actually
Surprised.
a little bit surprised, as far as I remember.
You're
that-
going to shoot no shoots? Oh, nice, that's what I do.
Exactly. So, if you were supposed to rate the outdoor match with 0 to up to 10, what would be the rate?
Oh, it's a perfect 10 for me.
Perfect 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here, of course.
So, Kicia, good job. Thank you very much for the match. Guys,
You're not paid
yeah?
to say that. So.
No, absolutely.
We'll take cash though.
But the funny thing is that it was really a nice match.
It was,
And
it was great,
even if the Double Miss Academy is my partner in podcast, I have so much pleasure in giving advice to the other shooters to think about Outdoor Mecz, because it is one of the best
It is actually.
matches, not only in Poland, but probably it would be very interesting for
this part of
shooters.
Europe, yeah.
Yeah. So you're welcome to visit Rybieńcu, North Poland, 100 kilometers
also
south
worth
from
to
Gdańsk.
mention that last year Kim Fansik was also shooting Outdoor Mecz, so
Of course,
Yeah.
yes, I also talked with him about it.
Yep.
And I need to remind that he said that he believes that it maybe was even a better match than US nationals.
oh, nice. It's good to hear.
That was huge, but he was sounding honest.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Kahlil, you arrived to Poland to perform classes, right? With local shooters.
Yep.
So we can say that I also was a shooter who was attending a class with you. You already performed 4 days of classes before the match. So we were mainly interested to see you in action and to get a better understanding of how you shoot. As your shooting is quite often being pointed out to be the best strategy for the major shooting, right?
Yeah.
Major scoring shooting.
Yep.
Could you briefly tell us what actually major scoring is, and what is the difference between it and common minor scoring, which is understandable for most of the shooters who begin IPSC shooting, right? Because most of us begins with production,
Yep.
and there is only minor shooting, so minor scoring. So if you can explain it to guys to us, we have never been shooting IPSC. Could you tell us a bit about it?
So basically with a major, you get a higher score with the higher scorings in Charlies and Deltas. So Charlie will be 4 points, Delta will be 2 points, but the power factor required for this scoring will be 170 power factor. So it's a lot stronger than a production gun or a 9mm with a 125 power factor. So that's basically the difference with standard versus production. With production, you get a softer recoil, but lower score when you hit the Charlie or the Delta. So it's like having a miss if you do 2 deltas or 3 deltas in a stage. So in 40, I could go fast and have some even double the Charlie of what the production guys are doing, and I would still have a higher hit factor.
Yeah. So basically, there is this kind of a sweet spot, so to say, right? That in minor scoring, you should shoot as fast as you can for receiving 10 to 15% of Charlies of your overall score. And you are not allowed to collect deltas.
Yep.
I mean, shit happens. But basically, we are looking for the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot. Do you have any sweet spot for standard major?
For standard, no. I actually don't look at it that way.
Okay.
I try to, I just try to push and focus on shooting the center of the target. But as long as it's inside the target, I'm good with it.
Okay.
And as long as I'm doing the fastest that I can go without having a miss.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to maybe not throttle down a little bit, but to focus more on shooting alphas and a few Charlies with my standard. Because sometimes if you have someone chasing you, having deltas wouldn't really help, even if you're fast. And misses as well, of course.
Yeah, this also sometimes happens, right?
Yeah. And no shoots.
But it all depends how fast you are, right? Because you are also the guy who was shooting so fast that even you considered you took the risk of having no shoot or miss, but doing it as fast as could make you. I mean, usually we say the 3 seconds is 1 miss, right?
Yep.
It depends on the hit factor, but basically it is around something like 3 seconds. So you should as fast to get even faster than these 3 seconds. So even if you get the miss, you will still have a higher hit factor, or maybe the same hit factor as your opponents usually did.
So basically, if I know that I'm naturally faster than my opponent, I would go all out. So if I get a miss and I'm 2 or 3 seconds faster, I would just be 5 points or the same with the next guy.
Yeah.
But if I hit it, I'll be 15 points higher or 10 points higher than.
And because in production we can only shoot minor. Production optics, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Also in optics, which is a division in Poland right now, and also in Czech Republic, as far as I remember.
Yeah, a lot of shooters are shooting production optics.
But
something different.
Optics, like standard optics.
Oh, optics, standard optics.
I think Czech Republic also provided this division, but it is not in general. It's not worldwide. Anyway, even in optics, it is not. They will not introduce major. I think this will stay only in standard and in open. But
also it's in classic. But no.
Yes, but the same as in open, almost nobody shoots
minor.
Sorry, Celina. Nobody shoots minor.
It's a big disadvantage.
Yes. Also in classic, nobody shoots major because it is you have
less rounds.
Yes, exactly.
Less rounds, and people are like all the top shooters are using 9mm. So
yes. So, but in standard, it is. Many shooters with major and a lot of also in shooting minor.
Yeah.
What do you say about it?
The only reason I'm shooting 40 is because the top 10 or the top 10 in the world shoot are like all shooting 40. Last world shoot we had a 9mm shooter in standard, which is Gaston. He shot 9mm. I think he's in top 10.
Okay.
In the top 10. But it's like I would shoot. I'm shooting 40 because all the other guys are shooting 40. Not because I don't want to shoot the 9. I'm shooting 40 so that we get the same disadvantage and advantages in the stages.
Okay.
Because if I go with a 9, I could get disadvantages on some stages and advantages on some stages. And the problem is, what if in that match, it's most of the stages are favorable for the 40, so it's a big disadvantage for me. So that's why I just stick to 40 because all the other guys are shooting 40. But if the other guys are shooting 9mm, I'm just gonna go 9mm.
Okay, because many says that the major scoring is actually giving you an advantage of 3 to 5% of score. I mean, in general, I'm talking about in standard division.
But if you give me a 9mm TS with a thumb rest, I would happily shoot it.
Like he was keeping up. I mean, I was trying to keep up with him shooting production. I was
Microphone.
shooting open major, so
yes,
that was kind of hard to do, but it was worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, but do you have any problems with your hands while shooting 40? Because it is something that
sometimes it would hurt when I shoot a lot and I grip hard on the gun, and sometimes I don't notice that I'm actually gripping the gun really tight.
Okay.
But it's natural because it's heavy. My gun's heavy. I have brass grips and mag bolts for my 40, and it kicks really hard. So naturally you should hold it really tight. That's why sometimes my fingers hurt.
It is not the same in open, right? Because in open,
you have this.
And a bigger thumb rest.
Bigger thumb rest, and it's also Tanfolio.
So. Yeah. So let me ask the question. Please move the microphone to Posio right now because we have only 2 microphones. Sorry for that. But Posio, I hope it is not a secret to tell to the audience that you're going to train with Kahlil for the next 2 days. And this is also very connected to the fact that you have just changed your division.
Yes, sir.
So you were in production optics, and thanks God, Yeah, sorry, I'm a production optics shooter, so one up. Yes. You changed to open division, and you are now shooting major.
Yes, sir.
So could you tell us a little bit more about why did you change, and is it a tactical one change, or you want to change it for a longer period of time?
Okay, so
share the secret.
basically, let's start with coming back a little bit to minor major. So basically, the major is more about being fast, minor is more about being accurate. So right now, when I was shooting production optics, I was shooting production, I was shooting standard minor. At the beginning, I was always told to be shooting all alphas, 90% of alpha on competition. So
the
mostly
sweet spot.
The sweet spot, mostly to focus on alpha zone. When I was having training with Eric Graufel, he told me not to focus on alpha zone, focus on the widest part of alpha, aim in the center of the target, and that's what should be in my point of view. So basically, for last 3 years, I think it was 3 years ago when we had our training, I was trying to do so. I kind of programmed my head to see only the widest part of alpha. There was a point where my eyesight was going all the time, and basically right now I have to change a little bit of my vision on the targets, because right now the zones that are going to be interesting for me is also Charlie's. So basically, I'm putting my eyesights all the time in the center of the alpha, but I can allow myself to confirm the dot in a Charlie as well. So that's a huge change for me. It's the biggest challenge to do, because it changes your routine. You have to reprogram your head, your mindset, and approach the stages. And basically, thanks to these guys, so today I was able to unlock myself, because he was having fun with me, because I was shooting very carefully, pum, 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 pum. No, you're shooting production, what the fuck, go shoot open, okay. So I kind of opened myself for more open style shooting, and I'm looking forward for training with him, because it's going to be pretty cool, I think.
So
and
you're looking for a high speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, yeah. And when it comes to the high speed, there's no one in the world like this guy, so...
Yes, that's for sure. And we are in the year of World Shoot, so you will probably start in open.
Yep, yeah.
So you're planning this open journey for a longer time, period of time, right?
Well, first of all, why change the division? I was thinking that I'm no longer progressing in production optics in Poland, because I thought that open maybe will be a little bigger challenge for me. I have to change my vision, look for something other than just going for points. And I also checked my scores from today. I added my results on practice score. I put myself in minor production optics, and with this speed I put on with the open blaster today, I was also able to win production, or would be able to win production optics with a lot of advantages, pros and advantages. So the speed is very good for open, for sure, but probably it will also allow me to be better shooter in production optic, and that was something that I was looking for, because sometimes when you're working hard, you're trying to get progress, you're trying to be better, you have to leave the comfort zone, maybe try something other whenever you face some kind of wall. Then you can come back to this division. Production optics for me was pretty cool division. I felt very comfortable with it, because it wasn't going so crazily fast like open division. So basically, when I get used to open division pace, when I will be going back to production optics, for example, it will be much easier for me, because most of top production optics shooters are basically open shooters, which started in open, then they switch to production optics. So that's something I'm looking for.
Yeah, I can only tell that in last year in October I had an opportunity to shoot open gun. Because Posio was so nice to give me his gun for one small level 3 match, and it was so awesome.
You did great on this.
Yes, that was awesome. Even though I haven't had any manual of that gun, but really it was. I felt the wind in my my hair. So I'm not really surprised that you want to do this. All right. So you will train for these 2 days, and hopefully you will get some more insights from Kahlil.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Coming back to Kahlil, we are talking about changes, right? the division changes by Posio. You actually been shooting a production division today, right? And we have checked just before we started this video. We checked that you won also this production.
Thanks.
So congratulations. I can honestly speak that I haven't really seen the difference in your approach for major or minor scoring. I mean, you shot as fast as hell. Your times were really close to open division guys, or sometimes even better. So, what do you think about changes? I mean, of course, this is the year of the World Shoot, but maybe before the competition, it's already too late to think about changes. You also have your contracts that you need to fill, but after the competition, it is quite obvious that many shooters think about changes, what to do next. So, can you tell us if you think about anything or not really?
Yeah, I'm considering moving. Actually, I want to move. After the World Shoot, I'm moving to a different division.
Okay.
So, 3 divisions actually. Production, standard optics, or open. But it's for CZ to decide where they want me. So
all right.
Let's wait for that.
Of course.
If they tell me to stay in standard, I have no choice.
Of course, but if you were, like just yourself to pick which one of these, would you say you have a favorite one, or you really would enjoy any 3 of these just to have something else from the standard you're shooting for many years right now? How many years do you shoot standard?
Standard for 12 years now.
12?
Yes. 12 years.
This guy is shooting 12 years with 40. His elbow is from steel.
Yeah. So with production, I want to shoot it because of the challenge of shooting accurately with irons.
Yes.
With standard optics, I would really love to move to standard optics because of the dot.
It will be the new open division for poors.
Yeah, basically. And if you don't have time to check your ammo and load major loads, I want to shoot standard optics because it would be the same gun that I'm using with the thumb rest, of course, and a really good optic. But I'm also thinking about shooting open because I love major scoring. I love going super fast and not caring about the deltas or charlies somehow.
And you were shooting only irons? I mean, mainly irons, not only, but mainly irons throughout the years. But do you enjoy irons more than dot, or you would do the standard optics because of the dot, or? Do you have any thoughts on that?
So I love shooting the irons because I have the advantage of aiming faster, but I also want to try the division where I would do target focus all the time because I have a dot.
Okay.
So maybe pushing more speed. Yeah, that's why I want to try the standard optics or open.
Yeah. But you can also shoot it like Americans say that you can also shoot target focus on irons, but you're not doing it.
No. If I do it, that's the time where I get the misses or or penalties.
Do you do front side focus with your both
Can
eyes open, or do you use your both eyes while doing the front side focus, or you have one closed?
Both eyes are open.
Both eyes open, okay. And you focus on the front side?
Front side.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. Guys, we are actually getting out of the subjects to talk. No, I'm joking. We actually had a long day today, so I'm really thankful that you decided to have this conversation with me on the podcast. We wanted to talk about this changing of divisions.
Yep.
And right now, congratulations to you, Kahlil, for getting the number 1 place in production for outdoor. And also congratulations to you, Posio.
Thank you.
You won the overall handgun, but I also seen that you were overall, or haven't it changed?
Yeah,
after?
it haven't changed. Yeah.
So you also won with all the PCC guys.
That's thanks to this guy. So he pushed me today. Yeah.
Yeah. So shame on you guys. Come on. Handgun is still a handgun.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you want this guy to shoot like an open shooter, you tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him that he shoots like a production. Production.
Exactly.
That's how you push him.
Push him to,
That works.
to
Yeah.
make harder. Yeah.
But you know, when my father trusts me to shoot like open, I'm like, what can you know? Like, you don't know the shit. When you told me to shoot major like open, I'm like, okay, I will.
Yeah, okay, guys. I hope that you will have 2 nice days, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. And once again, thank you for getting here. Thank you, Kahlil, for coming to Poland. Maybe not the first time in Poland, maybe not the last one. And yeah,
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
don't forget about subscription.
Yeah,
Right?
comment.
You're good at it.
Yeah, so don't forget about subscription, comment, and like. And
Yes.
hit this guy a follow as well because it's worth it.
Of course, yes. Khalil's Instagram, of course, will be, and
Here,
Facebook
let's
will
give
be.
him some challenge. It will be here.
Yeah. No, it will be here. I'm just a boomer. Come on. So, thank you again. See you
See ya.
in the next episode.